Today's episode is sponsored by the letter B and also by Major Tom the cat. Hello, I'm Ray Upchurch and you're watching the Trey Art Learning Channel. Today we're going to talk about boredom. Now boredom affects everybody whether you have heart failure or not. And one of those things that, everybody has. At one time or the other, each of us become bored at things we're doing. One of the things certainly that each of us have is times where we're sitting around and we're not doing a lot, and those times in an activity can create sometimes what they call boredom. So today I'm going to be talking about that. So one of the things that we need to do is think about things that are going to help you. So what I would like you to do is get out some pen and some paper. If you need to, pause this video and go and get those things now. And this isn't for me to say, so pause the video. Okay, now hopefully you're back and you've got some pen and paper ready. So what I want you to do is think about ideas. So what the ideas should include is things that you like to do. Now, so if you're an arts and crafty type person, you might think about, drawings or things that you like to do. Or if you like to knit, you might be one of these things to do. And now, in each of these things, what I would encourage you to do is write them down and put them in a separate column. So if one of the things you would like to do is, for example, if you like to take photography or do photography, that would be in a column by itself. If one of the things that you like to do is, knitting, then that would be in a column by itself. If one of the things that you like to do is drawing, then that's going to be in a column by itself. Now, the reason why, what I would like you to do is come up with several of these things that you like to do. Now, be realistic, make it things that you can do. So write out these things and make a separate column for each of them. Now, one of the things that I would also encourage you to do is to try something new. A lot of the things that we should have down on our list right now are things that we like to do, and hopefully within that list is something new. If you don't have anything on our list that is something new, then I would like you to write it down. Now we've got to be realistic in the things that we can do. So if one of the things that you like to do is photography, then that's not really something new. But if one of the things that you would like to do that's new, say for example bird watching, I like to get out and watch some bird watching, and so that would be a new thing. So write out a few new things. It doesn't have to be much. So, some of the new things doesn't even have to be an extraordinary activities. For example, some of the new things might be, I like to go downtown and watch a movie, once a week or twice a week, and go to the $1 movie show or the $5 movie show it is now. So write those things down, put them into your list. So now this can be anything. This could be crafting, this could be soap making, this could be decoupaging. So write these down, and the reason why I wanted you to put these into different columns is we're going to take our our piece of paper that we have our things written down, and we're going to tear our columns away from each other. So we're going to have our ideas all separated, basically, on little sheets of paper, and that's why I wanted you to put them into different columns. And then we're going to take our pieces of paper and we're going to fold them up and we're going to put them into a jar. Now what this jar is this is our idea jar. This is something that we can do to set ideas that we're going to do, each day. Now, one of the things that, we can divide our ideas into is if you're able to work and you're still at work, one of the ideas could be, ideas to do things at work. And then you can have more than one. Basically, you can have more than one idea jar. So it could be ideas to do things at work, ideas to do things at home. And so what we could do is we could set these things out and set these ideas down. Now, these ideas that we write, they don't have to be anything special, but remember, they're just to break up the boredom. So one of the things, you can do is by being creative, is by setting out so that, you can, read a book or make drawings. Or one of the best ways of helping your health for the future is as well as by writing down ideas that are going to help keep you active every day. Now, one of the things that we talked about is setting goals and plans. So one of the ideas that you could have for keeping yourself active is by getting out. Get out with your family, get out with your children, and if you're an older person, get out with your grandchildren. Spend time with them, spend time with the park, go play some games with them and outdoors, and that gets you out. And if you become tired while you're doing it, it's okay. Sit down and take a rest. If you don't like being very active, one of the ideas you can have is walking around the block and doing things. One of the other things, that help people is by listening to music. Music can be very inspiring, and it can also help encourage you to become active depending on the type of music you like. Music goes a lot with people's mood. It goes a lot with helping people become happier and more bright. And so one of the things that your ideas might be that you could do, set in your jar for doing at home is music or drawing or knitting. So one of the things that a lot of people do is share their ideas with their friends. So you remember one of the videos that I said, form a group. One of the ways that might help you become less bored is by, for example, if you like playing an instrument, get together with some of your friends and play instruments. Now, if you're like me, I play a few instruments, but I don't play them very regularly. And one of the things that would encourage me to do it more regularly would be if I had a group of people that I was doing it with, and certainly I would practice more often, and spend some time with them, or spend more time doing my activity. One of the best ways of helping you to overcome boredom is to have family and friends around with you. So, game nights, they are a fantastic way to, enjoy time either with your family or friends. They could be, simple games or hard games. It doesn't really matter. You can get board games together and, just have a game championship, but get together. One of the best ways of helping yourself is by having friends and family around you. It's by, making those bonds closer, or finding somebody that you can bond with. If you don't have a lot of friends and you have a particular activity that you like to do, for instance, bird watching, that might be a good way to find friends. One of the things that you could do is look up local bird watching groups around you and join one of them, and that gives you a group of friends that you can start working with. One of the other things that helps break up boredom is pets. Pets aren't for everybody, and not everybody can have pets for one reason or the other. But pets help break up boredom for sure. They help encourage activity. If you have a dog, dogs need to be walked on a regular basis, so they help encourage activity. And today, you will have noticed that the video was sponsored by Major Tom the cat, and Major Tom likes to go out and look in our fish pond that we have out back. Going out with your animals. Of course, he likes to spend most of his time alone. He's not like dogs that like to spend time with with you. But having an animal will help reduce boredom. The great thing about having animals and pets and stuff like that is there's a lot of studies that have been done that show that pets and having somebody around you like a pet, that they can actually help reduce things like blood pressure and reduce stress and reduce anxiety. Some people have what they call service pets that help them reduce anxiety and stress. So that is certainly one of the things. And if you don't have these things and you can't have these things for one reason or the other, say you're renting a home that they don't allow pets, volunteer. Go down to a local pet shelter, and they would love to have you. They would love to have the help for sure. And this is a good way to not only relieve the boredom, but spend your time actively, and it gets you out. So we talked about putting these ideas into jars. So how are we going to use these jars? So you can have one jar or two jars. I suggest that maybe you have one jar for activities that you could do at home, and another jar for activities you could do at work. Now make sure that these activities, especially if it's work, it's something that your employer will actually allow you to do. But what I would invite you to do is each day grab out one of your activities to do at home, and grab out one of your activities to do at work. And if you don't have work, then that's fine. Just leave it at your activity and do it at home, and then do that activity. Whether it's listening to music. Today I'm going to listen to music, or today I'm going to start knitting a sweater. And then the great thing is this provides, these jars provide a variety of activities. Now tomorrow, put it back into the jar and shake up your jar. And one of the things that, it might mean that a couple of days you wind up doing the same thing. But if you have a variety of several things in there, it should give you a variety of things to do. So this is some of the ways that can help you to overcome boredom, and that could help give you a better quality of your day, really, and to make it brighter. So this is Ray Upchurch, and this is my word on the day. So hopefully I'll see you next time. See you then.